Hi everyone, welcome to the first Odin tutorial. So first, what is Odin? Odin is a systems programming language created by gingerBill. gingerBill actually has a YouTube channel. He created the language. Well, he started creating the language in 2016 anyway. Not sure when he fully released it. It was an attempt at improving C and C++, and the principles of the language are simplicity, readability, and performance. So some features of Odin. So relatively simple to learn. Allows for custom allocators, allows for multiple return types, no preprocessor macros, data-driven programming, so it's not object-oriented at all, it's based on data. Simple package system that makes using other files and libraries pretty easy. And great for game development, and comes with libraries like Raylib, OpenGL, and DirectX. So I'm going to get into code pretty quickly. So there are quite a few features in Odin that I'm not going to cover every one, I'm just going to give you the basics for now. So what are procedures? Basically they're functions, so procedures are the name for functions and methods in Odin. Because function is basically from functional programming languages and from mathematics, and it doesn't always apply. Because it normally means that it doesn't change anything outside of the function, but things do normally in these languages. And methods are associated with object-oriented programming, and Odin isn't one of those languages. So we call them procedures, and to create a procedure, you do this. So the name, main, 2 colons, proc for procedure, and the parentheses, and then curly braces. So this is how to create a procedure. Input parameters go in the parentheses, and to specify the return type, we use this. So say, for example, here, we want to add 10 to a number. We put input, an integer, into the parentheses, and we specify it's an integer. And then we just return the integer, like most languages. So input parameters are immutable, and you need to copy them to change them. So if you do something like this at the top, it will give you an error. You can't change it. You have to copy it. So copied input, and then you can change the value. You can also pass it as a pointer, and pointers look like this. I will more about pointers in another video. That's a bit advanced here, just to show you can change them if you use a pointer, because that will be basically a reference to another variable. So here we have the basic types. So we have int, uint. These are basically, I believe they're like 64-bit. It depends on the system. They're like register sizes. They're basically what you should use, the default integer. You should use this. They do also have the specified ones, like in Zig or in Rust. So the I means signed and can be negative. U means unsigned and can't be negative. And then you have the bit size, 8, 16, 32. But you should only use these if you need to use a specific size. Then we have bool, true or false. We have f16, all the floats. These are just for floats. The numbers represent accuracy. You have string and c-string. So a string, as far as I understand, are basically like a struct that's a pointer to an array of characters and an integer with a size. And a c-string is just for backwards compatibility with C. And then we have runes, which are basically like, so strings will be made up of runes. And these can represent a Unicode character. And then we have bytes, which is basically the equivalent of a U8, and it's normally used for ASCII characters. Okay, declaring variables. So we declare constant variables with this. So this creates a constant variable. So this will be length equals 10. You don't need to specify what the type is. It will be inferred. And this creates a mutable variable. So here, number plus equals 10. There is no number plus plus in Odin, just because it's kind of confusing sometimes. Say if you put the plus plus first or the plus plus after, it's confusing. So just to make it simple as possible, plus equals 1. There's only one way to do it. To specify the type, you put it after the colon. So number colon int equals 10. So we're specifying the type. Semicolons are optional. So I will always write semicolons. It's just been hammered into me in C#, C++. I have to write a semicolon, so I do it all the time just because it, so satisfies my OCD. But both of these are fine. You can say either one. You don't need to put a semicolon. So they're completely optional. You don't need to put them in. Okay, the default value is 0. So say if you just do undefined int, it would just be 0. So that's the default value. And you can declare multiple variables and types on the same line. So you can do something like this. Number word is true. Colon equals 10 hello true. So these are, so it's be integer, string, bool. So you can put them on the same line and it will work it out for you. Then So if statements, they work basically the same as every C-type language, really, with one exception. So there's no parentheses, no brackets at all. So normally you'd put if bracket number equals 1, close bracket, but you don't need them, I guess, in theory, but the parser doesn't need it, so it was removed. So there are no parentheses at all, and else if and else work like any other language. Okay, importing. So the standard library in Odin is called core and comes with many inbuilt functions. For outputting to the console, we use fmt and we import it like this. So import core :fmt, and we can use fmt.print. This allows you to use any function or variable within fmt. At the top, we define the main package. We need to tell Odin where the main function is. So we call it package main, and that tells Odin, oh, this is where we start. Doesn't matter what it's called, but it needs to be told where the main function is. To import other Odin files into this file, to use them, we need to create a package for that too. So to create a package, you create a folder inside the directory of your main file. The name you give the folder has to be the name of the package. Then you simply put the package and then the name of the package in code. So for example, like this. So package example. So we're creating the example package. And then we're just, yeah, this is an example. Okay, let's put all this together in a project. So in VS Code here. So I actually created the example. So what I did was I created a folder called example inside basically the same folder as the main file. And I have exactly the same. This is an example, and I've put the package example. So they have to be the same name. So the folder needs to be called example, and the package needs to be called example. You can call these whatever you want though. Then we go into here, and then we say import example. And then here we can say example.showExample. So now we're using this function in here. That's basically all you need to do to import something. And here, yeah, I'm just doing show ages. So test ages, I just put in 10, 30, 80, and then print the results. And then let's have a look at that. So to run an Odin file, so we're going to go to the folder where it is. I'm on Windows here, so I'm just going to shift-click open PowerShell window. The reason I'm doing this is it's the simplest way to open a command line in the folder that you're in. So this creates a PowerShell in this, and then we type in Odin space run space dot, and then run. And say this is an example. I'll zoom in. So this is an example. Age 10 is invalid, too young. Age 30 is valid. Age 80 is invalid, too old. That's the basics of Odin. If you want me to make a video on how to install Odin, I can do that as well. Otherwise, if you have any questions, let me know, and see you guys next time.